was controversial because the officials obviously couldn't see whether it went over the line. So let's just check, just see whether it did actually go over the line or not.
And here's the big reveal. Oh, I'm not sure that angle doesn't really quite tell us. That angle doesn't
over the line.
I'm not. Here we go! Another exciting episode of Eat My Goal. This is the Premier League podcast where me and Dan chat a load of nonsense about some of the Premier League stuff, and also we relive Portsmouth's glory days of the Premier League 2003 to 2010. How are you doing, Dan? Are you good?
Very good, thank you.
You're very good. Excellent. We do have more followers, which I'm going to introduce later as well.
We don't know.
We genuinely do. And it's not some young lady from Los Angeles either. But we do generally have some new followers. So what we're going to do this week is we have another exciting head-to-head quiz. If you saw the one last week, we could have got 10. We had 10 possible points. Dan won that a narrow 2-1, proving our intellectual Premier League knowledge. 2-1 close. So you're 1-0 up on the series. This week we're going to do a head-to-head of kind of, if you remember it, going for gold style. Who am I? We're also going to look at Portsmouth's all-time Premier League centre-backs. Should be a tricky one. So we'll start with the headlines. Bit of a non-plus week this week because it was an international break. So even Portsmouth didn't play this week due to international call-ups. I think they was it due to Portsmouth having excess players or Bolton? I'm not sure.
I don't know. Who plays internationally? Curtis?
Well, I know Griffiths is under 21s, isn't he? Curtis, don't think Curtis was called up though. Morale, of course, yeah. And
somehow gets in the Welsh team.
There's also an academy player played for Malta as well. Malta under 21s, sorry, not Malta.
Right.
Malta under 21s.
Yeah.
Don't think that counts though, does it? But anyway, Portsmouth also got cancelled. So yeah, headlines. Not really many headlines this week, really. Dortmund have set their price for Jude Bellingham. Apparently, 131 million pounds will get you Jude Bellingham next year, or you could just pay 85 million up front in one go, and that's it.
Okay.
So
well, that's a bargain.
That sounds reasonable. Sounds reasonable.
Yeah.
And obviously England continued their international woes. They did actually manage to get some goals from open play against Germany.
Yeah.
But that's about all they did do. They picked up 1 point out of a possible 6. What's your thoughts? Are you feeling confident heading into the World Cup in just 8 weeks' time?
I don't know. Did you watch the game last night? I had to endure an hour and a half of Graham Lasso. That's always a bonus.
I did watch. I watched the last. England were 2-1 down when I was turned on, and Graham Lasso. I can only assume he commentates. He must think he's on the radio. He tells you exactly what you're seeing. So someone's down tying their laces up. So you can see Harry Maguire tying his laces up there. Yeah, thanks, Graham. I've got eyes. Thank you very much. I can see.
I think he's going for a double knot there.
The technical term.
Yeah.
There's no real insight from Graham Lasso, is there?
No. So am I confident? Oh, I don't know. I don't really want to. I don't like jumping on the Southgate's a twat
bandwagon.
Bandwagon.
Fine.
But I don't know.
But you're gonna
with the players we've got in the squad, which we've seen the last couple of years, they are the most exciting bunch of young upcoming players that we've had in years.
Mm-hmm.
But we are just still really boring, aren't we? That's the problem.
Boring.
Even when we did well in the Euros, even some of those games we sort of just, I don't know, it was just being at Wembley that sort of drove us on.
I have to say I'm with you. Southgate, I get it. But the way I see Southgate, I think he's a little bit like a grandma, isn't he? If you're looking for someone to influence, be a positive influence on your kids, your grandma is okay. You know they're going to be in safe hands. You know they're going to be okay, but they're not going to be probably inspired or kind of, you know, they're not going to be looking to the future with lots of confidence because they're just with their grandma, aren't they? They know they're safe. They know they're all right. They're in a safe pair of hands. Nothing bad's going to happen. And I see Southgate in the same sort of way. He's far too cautious. I think I kind of disagree a little bit. So I don't think defensively we're brilliant. I think we're far from brilliant. In fact, defensively, I think that we've got midfield and attack. I think we've got some of the best players in the world. Got one of the best strikers in the world. And when you look at the players who aren't in the squad, just tells you what sort of depth we got going forward.
Are you talking about Tony when you say one of the best strikers in the world?
Tony, Tony. And Calvert-Lewin, obviously, as well. Another world-class striker. But defensively, you know, when Harry Maguire still gets in the squad, and I don't want to be one of these who jumps on Harry Maguire because I just don't think he's a top level player. I just think he is decent, and he obviously was decent for Leicester, he was decent for Hull, but he's not a world-class player, and that's not necessarily his fault. He's never been a world-class player. But I don't think we're
with the defense. The defense, there's just they're just not good enough, are they? I like Stones. I
think Dyer did all right in those 2 games.
Who?
Dyer. Kieran
Dyer. Yeah, but you wouldn't. Kieran Dyer. But Danny Dyer at the back there. You wouldn't. I don't know. He's not the first name that you go, oh yeah, centre back for the World Cup. Let's stick Eric Dyer in there.
No.
But even Kyle Walker frightens the life out of me. I think he's always got a mistake in him. He's always going to try and do something too clever. He's not playing with his teammates at Man City.
And goalkeeper, we haven't got a world-class goalkeeper either. When Pope's your second best, and again, I think he's decent, but obviously that mistake towards the end there is just fairly straightforward palm it away, isn't it? If you can't hold it.
Nick
Poop. Did you get that from the Sun? Nick Poop. Okay. Well, So if you had £100 of someone else's money, how much of that would you put on England to win the World Cup?
I wouldn't. Oh, if someone else's money, I'd put it.
Someone else's money. Would you? But you could put it on anyone. You could put it on anyone if you could spread it if you want. But and you get to keep the winnings.
Well, Argentina are on a long unbeaten run, aren't they? But then who do they play in that period? That's what I asked myself.
Some of the greats like Cuba.
Colombia. Yeah, exactly. And then you've got you can't rule out teams like France and Italy, can you? Netherlands, I don't think so. I don't think
Italy didn't qualify, so I'm not sure they're going to win.
Oh yeah, well that's a good. Yeah, that's what I mean. They definitely won't. Yeah. But
sorry. Yeah. I don't know. I think it'd be South American team because of the heat. The heat in Qatar will suit them. Yeah. So Brazil or Argentina, but anywho. Definitely won't be England. Let's put it that way. Definitely won't be England. I wonder if there is anybody who's still. Sorry, Tom.
Richarlison's going to lift the World Cup.
Yeah, that'd be lovely, wouldn't it? He'll probably trip over
it.
Yeah. I wonder if there is anybody who still thinks England can win the World Cup or will win the World Cup. If there is, tweet us.
Yeah, if we get fucking Southgate out, get Redknapp in there.
Yeah. 45 days for the World Cup.
Who takes over? Who takes over though, Mike?
Well, Pochettino's available, isn't he?
Pochettino, Sean Dyche.
Sean Dyche. Aldice's bridge is burnt, isn't it?
Yeah, Ian Holloway. Is Ian Holloway still available? Or
probably telling jokes somewhere.
Neil Warnock was supposed to have retired, but you never know.
He'll come back for the England job, won't he? Definitely.
Yeah.
100%. 100%. Anyway, do you have a I particularly liked your image of the week last week. Do you have a new one for us this week?
I do have an image of the week. So
if you missed the image of the week, do go back and look at it. It was a very significant moment in Premier League history.
It was. Well, that's the theme, Mike. They're all going to be significant Premier League moments. So
what do we have this week?
Further ado, Mike, I'd like to.
Without further ado,
I'd like to update my background with a memorable moment from Premier League history, and it is very exciting. It is this one.
Oh, I thought it was going to be
Pedro
saying Edu.
Pedro Mendes against Man United. Do you remember what happened here?
I do. If you just move your head slightly, you'll be able to
I
see
will
whether.
do it in a second.
Oh, okay. Well, shall I
part of the
describe what I remember it as? I remember it was Tottenham against Man United. Mendes playing for Spurs, obviously. Roy Carroll there in goal for Man United, and he just hoofed it, didn't he? Just hoofed it from about, well, inside his own half, I think, wasn't it?
Yep.
Was it?
What year? Do you remember the year?
2000 and oh.
Take your time. We are on the clock here.
2004. 2004.
Oh, 2004. Oh, 1 year.
Is it really?
2005.
Was it really? Wow. Okay.
Yes. And what was the final score? Do you remember the final score?
Oh, I haven't got a clue. Maybe. I would assume Was it? Oh, okay.
So
I was going to say it's going to be controversial because it would have made a difference, I guess.
It was controversial because the officials obviously couldn't see whether it went over the line. So let's just check, see whether it did actually go over the line or not.
And here's the big reveal. Oh, I'm not sure that angle doesn't really quite tell us. That angle doesn't
over the line.
I'm not sure. Can you show us again? Just show us again.
Then. It's tight. It's tight, isn't it?
Oh no. I'm not sure.
So,
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have given it.
What a shocker!
Good shout. Good shout.
And people say that the decisions go for Man United at Old Trafford, eh?
Yeah. What a load of nonsense.
Mm.
So, good moment. Pompey centre backs. So our team so far is David James in goal, Matty Taylor. Are we calling him Matty? No, we're going to call him Matthew Taylor, aren't we?
David James in goal.
David James in goal. Matt Taylor, left back.
That's shit, isn't it?
Yeah. Glenn Johnson. On the
Glenn
right.
Murray.
Glenn Murray. Glenn Johnson. And then centre backs. Who are contenders for centre backs?
We're going to do both centre backs today.
We're going to do both. Okay.
Yeah.
I deliberately didn't put one of our right backs on the bench due to the fact he could be a contender for centre back.
Who was that? Primus.
Limboy.
Yeah, Primus is on the list, so we've got him again.
Okay.
So we'll start with Primus then. 113 appearances.
Yeah.
For Pompey and the Prem. And then, do you know who our next longest-serving centre back was, with one less game than that? 112.
What, Premier League? You mean?
Premier League, yeah.
Okay. Arian Dazoo.
No.
He's on the list. What was his name? Stefan, not Stefan. Who's his name? Stefanovic?
Yeah,
Dejan Stefanovic. Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. I liked him. He was good.
Yeah, I did. I thought it was a really good player. Dazoo, 68 appearances. And then we had Pamero, 64.
No way. Yeah.
And then you've got your Sol Campbell, 95 appearances.
Wow, really?
It's quite a lot more than I thought. Yeah. Distan, 77. Yunus Kabul, 39.
Okay.
And Tal Ben Haim, 22. Oh, and then last but not least, Hayden Fox with 10 appearances in our first season in the Prem.
Did Eddie Howe play for us in the Prem?
Pardon?
Did Eddie Howe get any Premier League appearances? He was sort of Hayden Fox.
He might have done, but he's not worthy of my list. He might.
No, he was probably injured. He was probably injured in his only season with us.
So, do you know out of those which player scored the most goals from defence?
Yes. How many? 4.
4. Yeah.
Limboy.
No, Kabul.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Primus 3, Stefanovic 3, Dazoo 3, Pamero 3. There's a theme here. Campbell 2. Distan, do you know how many goals he scored? I've given it away a bit, the fact that I haven't said it. Do you know how many goals he scored in 77 appearances?
5, 1, 0.
0.
I think Pamero's got to get it though. Pamero, surely for the goals, his goal against Newcastle is got to be the
Yeah, I think that was the height of when we were really good that season. And we picked Newcastle and Villa away. Montari pulling the strings.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, spoiler alert for next week. I just thought of my second centre midfielder. But anyway, so I think out of those, we should narrow it down to Campbell, Distan, Stefanovic. What do we do with little Limboy?
I think he's going to get honourable mention on the bench, isn't he? He's going to get an honourable mention on the bench.
He's not as gifted as the others, is he?
No, but he had that one very good season, I think, alongside Campbell. Campbell kind of raised his game, didn't he? Or raised Limboy's game.
So I think Campbell, Distan, Dazoo, Stefanovic. I think Dazoo. I think out of all those four, I really like Stefanovic and Dazoo. They were the two that sort of got us there in the first place, weren't they? But I think you've got to go with Campbell and Distan, haven't you? That's
for quality. For quality. They were there when we had the really good team, weren't they?
Yeah.
2008.
Yeah.
2008, 2009, not so much, but certainly 2008. Yeah, they were the big partnership, the pairing.
Who signed first, Campbell or Distan?
Campbell.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember when I remember when it was rumoured that we were going to sign Campbell, and I'm pretty sure we had a conversation about it, going, "Yeah, all right, whatever."
Yeah.
He came. Did he come directly from Arsenal? He did.
So yeah, he did. Yeah.
And it was obviously it was all like, as if you're going to go from Arsenal. I know he didn't play a lot for Arsenal that last season, but it was still obviously quality, and he was only about 32 when he joined us, wasn't he?
I think that was one of Redknapp's
big signs.
Good things that he sort of got these players that were sort of just a bit too old to play for top Premier League teams, and get them in for us, like your Sherwoods and your Steve Stones,
your Sheringhams, yeah, absolutely. Less so, but Arnold Berkovic to a lesser degree. Merson,
Merson, yeah.
Okay, so we're going Distan and Campbell. There's your back line. Johnson, Campbell, Distan, Taylor. Don't think they ever played together, did they? I wouldn't have thought Taylor left by him. Taylor would have left by him, but nice. Okay, good. Next week, centre mids.
Centre mids next. Yeah, we'll do centre mids. So,
I think we're going to go with 4-4-2 as well, mate. 4-4-2, yeah. We'll go. The right and left will be wing/midfield. I think wing/midfield. They don't have to be wingers or midfielders. They can be either or. All right. Okay. So here we go.
So is that centre mids next week then? Are we going to do both centre mids next week?
I think we're going to have to, aren't we?
Yeah. So join us for the Sally Montari Lafsana Diarra competition next week.
I don't know. I think there's.
There could be some more.
Richard Hughes for sure.
Richard Hughes for
one.
Well,
you can't not, have Richard Hughes getting a mention in there.
No,
he's right up there, Montari and Diarra for sure, quality wise. Just for that
Sean
goal against Liverpool, I think.
Yeah.
Right.
Sean Davis, all the big ones. Jamie O'Hara. Quiz time. Quiz time.
So you're 1-0 up. 1-0 up this week. The way this works this week is we have 5 questions. It's based on. Oh, hello, there goes the microphone. That's good. That'll be fine. No one will notice that. We started out fine. The way this works is 5 questions. And is yours on a person?
Mine is a person, yeah.
Okay, so it is a football person. And we start with 5 questions. We give a clue to that person. If you get it right on the first one, you get 5 points, 4 for the second, 3 for the third, etc., etc. So who went first last week? I think, was it me? I think it was me, wasn't it? I went first with the answers. So this week I'll go first with a quiz, shall I?
Okay.
Here we go, Dan. Here we go.
I fear that you're going to get this early doors, but we will see. Okay.
My mind is not all there, but here we go for yours. So we're going to start with yours. So for 5 points.
5 points.
This
player.
I am a former footballer.
So hang on. Doing it.
Yes. Oh, hang on. Okay. Go on. You do yours. Go on.
That would have been good if we both said it at the same time. I went first.
Both had the same clue.
Yeah. You went first. This is right. We are doing it right.
Yeah, go on. We go yours. Go on.
Okay.
Is it Roy Carroll?
Oh, shut the fuck up. Right, ready? I was born in Tooting on the 6th of February, 1984. For 5 points.
Oh, that's it, is it?
Yeah.
Tooting, 1984. So they're now 38. Well, 38.
It's a 5 point. It's very tough.
Okay, just based on what we've just been discussing, I'm going to go Jamie O'Hara.
Jamie O'Hara. Do I need to tell you now whether you're correct or?
Yeah,
I suppose I would do it. If you were correct, I would tell you, wouldn't I? Because that'd be the end of the quiz.
because otherwise, go on. Yeah, I'm obviously not correct.
Okay. For 4 points, I played as a striker in the Premier League for 6 different clubs. And I also played 13 times for England between 2006 and 2011, scoring 4 goals.
Oh. 2006, 2011. Tooting. Oh, this is not good. This isn't my answer, but I was going to say, before you said 2006 to 2011, I was going to say Peter Crouch. But London striker. Darren Bent.
I can tell you, Mike, that's the correct answer.
Is it really?
4 points. Yes.
Wowzers.
And read you the next.
Yes, please. Yeah, go on.
One was for 3 points was shares his surname with another Premier League striker,
Marcos,
of which he was not related.
Yeah, Marcus Bent, and I think they both played for Charlton at one stage, didn't
they? Yeah. And then once missed the chance, prompting his then manager to say, "My missus would have scored that."
Okay, yeah, right, yeah, I remember that. It was Redknapp for Spurs, wasn't it?
Scored a goal for Sunderland versus Liverpool, which went in off a beach ball.
Ah, wow! I'm quite pleased with that. Thank you very much. Here we go. Oh, I'm not sure. You may match that, but we'll see. We'll see.
I won't get angry.
No, you're not competitive at all, are you? No. You take things very well. So for 5 points, I am a former footballer and manager, born the 18th of February 1933 in Sacriston, County Durham. I don't know if that's pronounced correctly. It's Sacriston. 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 County. Sacriston. Yeah. Okay. County Durham.
Year 1933.
1933.
33. So we're talking. He's 90. Yeah, that's right. Isn't it? 90-ish.
Yeah. Yeah. Getting there.
Former player and manager.
Former player and manager.
Okay. Do you tell me whether he's alive or dead? Sorry, there's a fucking fly and it's really getting on my nerves.
It's not a Q&A session.
No, I know, but okay. All right. Okay. 90.
It's not for 5 points. Ask as many questions as you want until you get the person. I can confirm he is alive or dead.
I don't know. I'm going to go with completely wrong, but Bobby Robson, Sir Bobby Robson.
Mother fun star, you absolute muddy fun star.
Is it right?
That is correct. Yeah. That is correct. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. So Bob Robertson is correct. What? Do you want to hear the other question? The other clues. So for 4 points, you would have had, I played as an inside forward or midfielder in today's money during the 1950s and 60s.
You should have started that one, shouldn't you? You should have started with that one.
Yeah, maybe. Starting and ending my career. See, I had adding the County Durham kind of might have been a bit of. Yeah, I nearly didn't add that, but. Starting and ending my career with Fulham, with a period of West Brom sandwiched in between. For 3 points would have been, I moved into management in the late 60s with my former club Fulham, but failed to save them from relegation to the second division. This is the one I thought you might have got it on. The following year,
no chance on any of those. I would have had no chance.
No, but this is the key bit. The following year, I joined Ipswich Town as manager. Thought you might have got it on that,
yeah.
2 points would have been, I managed several clubs in Portugal and Spain before returning home to finish my career with my childhood club, Newcastle United. And then finally, after a successful spell of Ipswich Town, I succeeded Ron Greenwood as England manager, where I took the team to within penalties of our first World Cup final in 24 years. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Keeps in front. Keeps in front. Oh,
Jesus. When I got Darren Bent, I thought it was Darren. That was nailed on. Nailed on for
that was good.
Point.
That was a good answer. Because I was going to give you more than that as well. I was going to tell you the teams he played for, and I thought, oh no, that's going to make it too easy.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. So 2-0. 2-0. Well played. Whatever.
Is that how we're doing it? We're doing it on that's 2-0, or are we doing it on points scored?
No, we do it on 2-0. We do it on weeks wins. Otherwise, you could run away with it one week, can you? So next week we'll return to the top tens, which was action packed. We scored better on this one actually than we did on top tens. 5-4. Yeah,
I've got a couple of gentle top tens for you next week, so I might ease you back in.
Okay.
Ease you back into a winning position. Get you back in.
It's very kind of you. It's very kind of you. So do you want to hear who our new followers are?
Yeah, as long as they're not Destiny again, and
it's not Destiny. Not Destiny again.
Yeah,
it's not Destiny again. It is. We only got one actually this week. One new follower.
Oh,
don't know why. Only one.
So when you said followers,
yeah, I meant follower. Yeah. It is Pompey Rye. Hello, Pompey Rye.
Oh.
Got a little anchor on his thing as well. Pompey fan, PUP, Blue Army season ticket holder, North Stand.
Yeah.
We'll follow Blues back. Welcome, Pompey Ryan. Welcome to the pod. Yeah, share amongst your Pompey friends.
And we will. What side are you? Am I pointing the right way when I do this?
No. You're pointing to Roy Carroll's knee.
We will be travelling up to Charlton away on Monday, the 17th of October. So if you see our famous faces,
please don't throw anything.
There's those pricks that do that shit. Let's go home.
Yeah. Well, should we return? No, please do come and say hello. All right, so there you go. That's our only new follower. That's on Twitter anyway. There might be other followers elsewhere. Can't see who follows us on YouTube. Don't know why.
So how come we don't have hundreds of thousands of followers like those awful shit I'm a comedian Instagram and Facebook pages?
I don't know. What we should start doing is as the Pompey pod, we should start tagging those things so that everybody can see the brilliance, the comedy brilliance that goes on there, because it is very, very good, and it's top draw. Yeah. 4.5 million followers, top draw stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, on that note, should we give a couple of? Have you got any particular ones you want to give a shout out to?
Any particular?
People that anyone should look out for on the comedy circuit,
always Sophie Craig. Sophie Craig, she's right up there with the best.
You love Sophie Craig, don't you?
I love Sophie Craig.
What I love about her is she speaks directly to me. Yeah. And it's so current. That's what I think. Sophie Craig is just there. She's right on the button. It's
things like, oh yeah, don't you just hate it when you're in traffic and somebody beeps the horn and fuck off. It's so funny. Don't you just hate it when you're in the queue at Tesco's? Yeah, love it.
And somebody hasn't got enough money to pay.
Yeah, and they're in front of you, and you're just like, oh god. Yeah, with your meal for one. And they say, "Oh, are you single? Yeah, how did you know that? Because I've got a meal for one in my trolley." No, it's because you're an ugly bastard.
To be fair, ones are the best. To be fair, the ones you tagged me in, Sophie Craig is probably one of the better, I think. Which doesn't say a lot for the standard of the other ones.
No,
really. Yeah, like the peanuts who jump out of the. Oh no! There's somebody in the present. No way. Dicks.
Well, if you are watching, Sophie, I do apologise, and
I'm sure she is. She is. Yeah. I'm going to give a shout out to one particular one, which is actually a real one, which I quite enjoy. It's called The Padded Seat. and it's basically people. They're only about 30 seconds long, maybe a minute, and it's people reviewing hospitality, corporate hospitality. They did Pompey a few weeks ago, and gave Pompey a mostly 5 stars and a couple of 4 stars because they said it was very, very good. But yeah, they go around various sporting venues.
What were they pleased about? The cheese and biscuits at half time, or
they did say about the cheese and biscuits at half time. Yeah, they did. And the fact they got table service for their drinks, and it was all very good, and the food was excellent, and everything. The all-round ambiance was very good. So yeah, they enjoyed it. They enjoy a bit of Fran Park. But they go all around the place.
What's this called? What's this called? The Easily Pleased podcast.
The padded seat. The padded seat.
Okay.
It is surprising what some clubs charge for their corporate hospitality. I think Pompey's was only about 100 quid, something like that. But yeah, they go around all various places: Man City, Spurs, even other sports like the cricket and the I don't know if they've done it F1, but maybe it's good. The padded seat. Check it out.
I got an email today about a £45 hospitality for the EFL. No, for the what's the trophy? The cup
Papa John's. The Papa John's.
Yeah, when we're playing. Who are we playing?
That's under 21s.
Yeah, that's right.
I got the same email.
£45, that is.
Oh, do you know what? I didn't get the same email actually because mine was £25. So they're trying to rip you off.
No, it's not. No. It says from £25, and then when you it's £25 if you're between 2 and 12 years old. So I can't see you 2 years. Yeah.
They love a they love a 2-course meal, don't they? Those youngsters, especially if it's not chicken nuggets. Anyway, that's us for this week. The lack of Premier League football means we didn't have a lot to talk about, but I think what we did talk about was excellent. Well, the lack of quality, the quality is always there. It's just the quantity you're missing out on this week.
Yeah, the quality is always there. We're not saying it gets any better. We're not saying how high the quality is.
You couldn't see my hand below the screen, but yeah, the quality is always down here somewhere. But yeah, very good. Thank you very much, Dan.
Thank you, Mike.
As usual, you can follow us. You can tweet us. You can tweet us at EatMyGoal22. You can follow us on YouTube, or you can get us on Facebook at MyGoal22, and you can email us. That's the one I was looking for at the beginning. Email at eatmygoal22@gmail.com.
Send us abuse. Come on. Look at these chins. Look at these chins. Look at Mike's hair. Look at his thinning hair.
His thinning hair. Look at that.
Come on. What's up with you?
Do something. Just make out the glasses, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't believe it's real. I don't believe trolling is real.
No.
Maybe we need to troll to get trolled.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll see you on the trolling circuit, people. But until next week, goodbye, farewell, and just one more. Is it over the line? It's still not over the line for me. I think you've saved it.
Give me a celebration to end with. Famous.
Can you do the Robbie Keane somersault?
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah. This is where you turn it off while I'm just preparing. It's going to be funny.
See you later.